All right, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our Road to the GOAT series. We got a nice little 30-3 record overall, and we're 1-0 in the developmental league. So we're off to a nice start, and it's time to get more games in. In today's matchup, I will be taking on the New Orleans Pelicans, and I am the Pelicans myself. So this is a mirror matchup. I need one more tier 3 victory, and then we can move on to tier 2. And the Pelicans, surprisingly, aren't doing good in real life, and so 2K has rewarded them with the tier 3 ranking. And when the Pelicans got demoted, this makes them a lot more attractive to play with because you have a solid starting five in the terms of NBA 2K. Now, in real life, they haven't been able to put it together, and this is why they're in tier 3, and their record isn't as good. But on 2K, you could definitely do a lot of damage with these guys. So it comes to no surprise that this is a mirror match here because the Pelicans are obviously the best tier 3 team right now that I could think of. A very short-lived game. My opponent quit the match early, and I don't know why. I was only up 4-0. I guess he didn't want to play no more. But nonetheless, we improved to 31-3, and we have a 2-0 record in the developmental league now. So one game at a time, we're getting closer and closer to the greatest of all time seeded. So now on to our next game, and this is our main event. I am the Houston Rockets, and my opponent is the Phoenix Suns. And I'm telling you, tier 2 Phoenix Suns, everyone is just choosing them for some reason. I don't know why. They have a pretty good roster too, but I guess it's something about Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, and Devin Booker that guys really like to play with. But look at here, Victor Oladipo, nice three-pointer to start the game off. That's what I really like to see. And for some reason, I kind of got like the itch or the urge to play with the Rockets because I felt like they have a pretty solid roster too, especially for them to be in tier 2. It's damage you could do with these guys as well. But they're missing a couple pieces now because they've let go DeMarcus Cousins and Kristen Woods is injured. And before I played with the Rockets, I had to see who they had on their roster at the center and power forward position. So we have this guy named Justin Patton, I believe, and in this game, he was pretty solid, man, and he definitely did do his work, and that's all I needed him to do. I know I have John Wall and Victor Oladipo. They are going to do what they need to do. As you see, John Wall scores there. So we're off to a nice little decent start. And even though I had the urge to play with this team, I was a little bit iffy because, as I mentioned earlier, I had to go and check their roster to see who they had at the center and power forward position. Because on 2K, they have PJ Tucker at the 5, and DeAndre Ayton and PJ Tucker, that's an easy win for Ayton, man. Like, post game this year on 2K is way too easy if you have a mismatch. So I'm not going to do that to PJ Tucker, and I'm not going to put myself at that disadvantage. 2K and real life, it's two different games, and not everything you could do in real life could replicate in the 2K game. So I had to make that adjustment there. We had to go with Patton at the starting five, and we'll see if that works out here. But as I play against the Phoenix Suns more and more, I'm starting to realize why people choose them. Like, their pick and roll is pretty impressive. In this game, I was getting caught on so many screens from DeAndre Ayton and the other bigs. It was getting ridiculous because it would lead to wide open lanes to the rim, or when he ran the pick and roll, he might have pulled it for a jump shot. Now I'm out of position because I'm stuck on the screen, and he grabs the offensive board. So this is a game we definitely need to hang in there and play good defense, and our offense has to match our defense as well. Right now, we've gotten off to a good start, shooting about 86%. My opponent, he's shooting pretty good too. Nice dunk by John Wall there. But our defense needs to come together. The score is 14-15, and when you have that many points in the first quarter, it's not going to be looking good in the other quarters. DeAndre Ayton, big mismatch there for John Wall, and Ayton gets that easy bucket. Coming down to the end of the first quarter, he has a little 1 point lead. Devin Booker looking to make something happen. Nasty step back, greens the shot, and we're heading out of the first half down. So not a great way to end the first quarter, and we definitely have to rebound here. So this is where my strategy comes into play. This is a feature that, or this is a little setting that I like to do if I'm getting killed on the screens or the pick and rolls. I would set the on ball screen setting to switch off for everybody. And how they have it set up on 2K, it works so beautifully if you let the computer guard both the ball handler and the screener, because they could switch so seamlessly and it just makes life a lot easier. Good defense there by us, getting the dunk on the break and the foul. Let's go ahead and tie this game up. So we got a little bit of momentum now. We're playing good defense because of that change we make, and you're going to see in a couple of clips that that switch makes life a lot easier. But the one thing about it, I would recommend if you're going to switch on everyone, and I messed up there because I was trying to switch to a guy in a corner and I accidentally jumped. But yeah, if you have switched everyone on the pick and roll screens or on the on ball screens, I would recommend to play off ball defense when you see the screen coming, because the computer could switch so seamlessly between those two guys, and it's gonna put you in a good defensive position to grab a rebound, or it's gonna make life a lot tougher for your opponent. So even though this is still a close game, I'm liking the defense we're playing right now. PJ Tucker on the breakaway dunk. We're up by 3 points. Just have to keep playing this good defense. Look there, we get the switch. Well, it's not really a switch because he didn't take the screen, but good defense on this possession. John Wall. He's a little tired, but I decided to keep him in for a little longer, and then we would bring in Victor Oladipo and have John Wall sit. So this is what I'm talking about right here. I switched to the guy in the corner. We play good defense. You just see how seamlessly the computer switch. We get this steal. Ben McLemore throwing it down. And I like playing with Ben McLemore. I actually have his jump shot on my player. I think it's really smooth and it's easy for me to shoot with his jump shot. So pretty good so far. Bad defense by me. I come to help and he hits the three. So that's going to cut down into the lead a little bit. I would say our offense for the most part was pretty consistent. We run a pick and roll here. I just stay stationary. He's backing up. He thinks Victor Oladipo can't shoot on this game, but he can, and he's going to learn the hard way. Victor Oladipo, that's another guy who has a nice jump shot, and I'm seeing a lot of people shoot with him. He has a pretty good jump shot, and he could get to the rim as well, and he's a dunker. So now, after we were down by like a couple of points in the first quarter, we're now up by 9 points. So looking pretty good so far, playing good defense. He doesn't really know what to do after we made that switch, and we got him a little bit flustered. So a nice little lead heading into halftime and heading into the second half. Coming into the second half, we have a mixture of bench guys and starters on the floor. Victor Oladipo getting his way to the rim again. And I have John Wall out because we needed to give John Wall a rest. So Victor Oladipo is going to take over the show. Here's another instance of the computer switching on the pick and roll. Looked pretty good, but for some reason, I just took myself out of position. He would have never had that shot if I just didn't run to the corner of the court for no reason with Patton. But no, that's okay. Mistakes like that happen, and we just learn from it. It's a whatever thing. I'm feeling pretty confident at this point in the game playing with the Rockets. Their scoring is consistent, but my opponent, he's making a whole bunch of shots. Our defense, I don't know what's going on in this quarter, but it's not really what it was like in the second quarter. So he's figuring me out a little bit, and we have to respond. You can see he has cut down the lead. Patton, tough layup there over DeAndre Ayton. I thought I was going to miss that, but he has my back, and I appreciate that. Victor Oladipo, deep three. I get that one to go. When I tell you in previous years when I played with Victor Oladipo, I could not shoot with this guy for nothing. But this game, this year 2K, he could shoot pretty well. John Wall, Chris Paul can't really guard him like that. Gets the nice poster and the foul. So we switch again, trying to play good pick and roll defense. Patton, jumping. I'm jumping for no reason. DeAndre Ayton throws it down again. We've increased our lead back up to 9 points, and the scoring has been pretty consistent so far. He can't really guard me, and in this quarter, I'm not really guarding him. On this possession, he scores again, so it's looking like it's the DeAndre Ayton show in this third quarter. John Wall back in the game. We're going to call for this pick and roll here. John Wall, way too quick. Reverse layup. Look at that. That's looking pretty smooth there. I knew I was going to get that one to go because DeAndre Ayton is a little bit too slow. Bad defense by me here. I don't know why I'm trying to press up with John Wall, and that was just a stupid mistake. But John Wall has his takeover, and I might as well feed him the ball, right? So we give it back to John Wall. Gets down low into the paint. Post spin. It's just way too easy. I'm telling you, the post game on 2K, if you have a sizable advantage, it's automatic. John Wall with his takeover. Where is the foul, ref? Tough layup. That's the first time I actually seen that layup go in. So I'm telling you, these guys can play. The Rockets have a pretty good roster. John Wall, Victor Oladipo. You see the highlights in this video, and it's looking good so far. We still have our sizable lead heading into the fourth quarter. Devin Booker trying to make something happen. I thought I played good defense, but he still gets to the rim, gets the dunk and the foul. Now DeAndre Ayton, like I said, that third quarter was his show, but give it to Ben McLemore. DeAndre Ayton, excuse me, can't really play defense, but his offense is there this game. He has the ball back now in the corner. Wide open three-pointer for Devin Booker. Green releases it, so that's automatic. Still feeling confident at this point in the game, and we just have to keep in our offense. Eric Gordon. You haven't seen this guy a lot in this video, and he hits a wide open three. You can't leave him open, him or Duncan Robinson. They are some of the best shooters in the league right now. 59-47, tough layup by Victor Oladipo. Gets the foul. He is up out of here, and that is another victory for us. So that makes us 32-3 on the season. And thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate the support, and I will see you later.